Tuesday morning. Oh man, I do not feel well this morning. I just got dressed and put on my daytime PJs and had to lay back down on the bed because goodness did I have a rough night. Okay, I can do this. Let's get up. Up. Oh man. Alright, it's not an allergic reaction, it's this cold. It's just slowly making its way down into my lungs. I'll tell you more about that when I get downstairs. Thankfully I'm not... Good morning, hi. Thankfully I'm not terribly dizzy, just weak, so I'm gonna slide down the stairs here. It's making Harlow excited. You excited? There are some remnants from last night's fiasco. Emergency port dressing change. And, Judd, he set up Harlow's breakfast for me. He wakes up so early to leave for the law enforcement academy, but I guess he had time to do so. Does that make you happy? That was so, so sweet of him. So I had a really rough night last night, and the night before I had an allergic reaction in my sleep. Plus my cold has gotten a lot worse, so needless to say, I'm exhausted. So the first thing that happened last night is I was taking a shower. Judd and I have to cover my port when I shower because it can't get wet. And my home health company sent me these shower shields, and it just didn't work the first time I took a shower very well because it's too big. And I can't trim it because the only sticky part is this white border, so that didn't work. Then we tried Glad Presence Seal like everyone recommended, and it just doesn't work for my skin by itself, so he got waterproof tape and we taped it up like crazy. We thought it would work. Second time trying to shower with my port access. So if it's de-accessed, you don't have to cover it, but when it's accessed, you do. So anyways, in the shower I go, finishing up, and the top border of the medical tape comes off and water goes rushing in and the other border stays. So there's this puddle of water on top of my port and I'm just like, oh no. So I have to get the soap out of my hair as quickly as possible and then de-access and re-access my port, and it's just like frustrating because now I'm in the shower always worried about it, and it's like I haven't figured out a good way to shower yet with my port access. So if y'all have suggestions, please leave it in the comments. I would gladly appreciate it. And I like to take a shower every night, and now it's just ridiculously hard, and I don't know, I was a little frustrated about that. And then I had to go downstairs and re-access my port, which no one wants to do that at 9:30, 10 p.m. last night, whatever it was. So yeah, because I can't be unaccessed. We don't know when an allergic reaction will happen, so I always have to be ready to receive the IV Benadryl. So that was the first thing that happened. Then the other thing. I'm okay. An inhaler to the rescue. See, that was my problem last night, my asthma and coughing and my cold. So I have cough variant asthma. I don't wheeze. I don't ever wheeze practically. I always have these horrible coughing fits and chest tightness and pressure. It's just not fun. So anyways, this cough is really affecting my asthma, and last night I woke up coughing. I know I didn't wake up for my allergic reaction when I started coughing. It depends on a lot of things. How tired am I? How bad is my narcolepsy? What stage am I in my nighttime medication? Is it at its most potent point, or is it wearing off? So anyways, I did happen to wake up and I was coughing uncontrollably and hacking things up from my lungs, which is gross, and that also makes me nauseous, so I was vomiting, which is also gross. But when I'm vomiting and coughing uncontrollably, I increase my risk of aspiration, which is where my vomit goes down my trachea into my lungs, which is super dangerous. So I pushed some IV Zofran, which helped a bit, and I was just up for 2 hours trying to maintain my asthma and coughing and nausea and vomiting. It was not fun. But thankfully I see my pulmonologist today, my lung doctor for my asthma, and I'm sure he'll be able to help. I usually always need high-dose antibiotics to get over the simplest little cold or virus, and we discovered it's because I am deficient in immunoglobulin A and M, and my G is very borderline. It's like right on the end of being acceptable. So I'm going to see him today. I have about 2 hours to rest before I got to make the 10-minute drive to his office, so I'm going to take advantage of that right now. So I walked into the kitchen to get a small snack I could stomach so I could take my morning pills, and I totally forgot that it was infusion day. So we set the bags out from the fridge overnight so they can reach room temperature, and we have to store them in the fridge so they remain sterile. So, okay, I guess I'm going to go hook up to my infusion now. I'm just setting up the tubing and priming the bags, which is getting all of the air out of the tubing. While my infusion bag and my pump are taken care of, the tubing is primed. Now I just need to flush and check for blood return, and then I will use some alcohol swabs and hook myself up. So I get these infusions 3 times a week to help with my postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. That's my form of autonomic dysfunction and where my autonomic nervous system cannot regulate blood flow correctly, and it helps the most with my symptoms of dizziness, fainting, weakness, nausea, and all the other debilitating POTS symptoms. And I can infuse on the go because I just put all of my supplies in here, put it on my back, and I can even leave the house with it. So yes, I will be in my doctor's appointment while I'm infusing later today. And now I'm gonna rest until we gotta go to that. While I rested, put some actual clothes on for my doctor's appointment, realized that this is the same outfit I wore yesterday. Then I realized I am too unwell to care, plus the clothes is clean, so whatever. Anyways, before we head out here, I wanted to show you all something pretty cool. On infusion days, I don't have a lot of room in my backpack because of all the infusion supplies, so Harlow carries some things for me with her new gear, and I think it looks awesome. Harlow, stay. Isn't that neat? Custom patches by Mutt Butt Gear. The vest was made by Epic Fido. She doesn't make this vest anymore, but those shops, both on Instagram, are awesome. And today Harlow's only carrying, you happy dog, she's only carrying my medicine in my wallet, keeping it nice and lightweight until she gets used to it, but she loves putting it on because you get a nice treat and you're so happy. Well, Har and I are off to my pulmonologist appointment, and while I'm infusing and driving, I just put my infusion backpack in my lap, and that works that works really well, and I'm pretty confident it's going to be a good appointment because I really like my pulmonologist. So off we go. Just waiting for the doctor, coughing up a storm, and Harlow's being really good. You good dog. Well, the appointment went really well. I love my pulmonologist. He listened to my lungs and heard some rattling sounds in there, which means my asthma isn't all that well controlled, but that's okay because he gave me some antibiotics to fight this infection in my lungs, which is great. He also gave me a spacer, and basically it's a device you use with your inhaler to help you inhale the medication better because I'm having such violent asthma attacks with all this coughing. On my way through checkout, a follower recognized Harlow and I, and that she was so sweet. It was nice chatting with her, and I let Harlow say hi to her. And then on the way out, there was a pet dog sitting with its owner outside of the doctor's office, and Harlow looked at it. I told her to leave it and watch me, and she did. So that was awesome. I'm always really proud of her for ignoring dogs because it's hard for a puppy to do that. So now we're just gonna go home and have some lunch, and I'm gonna pick up my antibiotics and my spacer from the pharmacy. Okay, y'all, I just had a little bit of an episode. So I wasn't feeling great when I got in my neighborhood, and I wasn't feeling well at all when I pulled into the parking spot, and I got into the townhouse and I fell. I was nauseous and clammy and dizzy and weak and shaky. I'm still shaking a little bit. And I'm thinking, am I having a reaction? No. Is it my POTS? No. What is wrong with me? What's going on with my body now? And I had to stop and really think about what I was feeling, and I'm hungry. Oh my gosh, this is so, it's kind of sad and funny at the same time. I have gastroparesis, which is delayed stomach emptying, and I eat a few bites in a small meal and I'll feel really full and bloated and nauseous for a really long time. So I never feel hungry, never really stomach growling, actual hungry. I get what I call empty, where I feel not stuffed to the max anymore, but never actually hungry. So I didn't even recognize what I was feeling. I had forgotten to eat today. I usually eat when my medication alarm goes off, so this doesn't happen. So I drank some apple juice real quick, and I made myself lunch, and I'm happy that I'm going to actually enjoy food right now because I, again, never really experience real hunger. So I just wanted to share with y'all my craziness of my stomach. I took a long nap. Now Judd's home and he's gonna take a long nap. Yes. Hippo just wants his attention. Well, I'm just out here on our back porch enjoying the beautiful weather, and I'm enjoying the view out here, and Harlow's enjoying herself. Hi, Hippo. Just smelling around. So something that's kind of funny is I haven't used my infusion backpack in a long time because I'd been in the hospital receiving my infusions. And I keep forgetting that I'm attached to it. Like when I first got in the car, I threw the backpack to the passenger seat like I always do. And I was just like, whoa, because it's attached here. And something else that's funny is every time I start coughing from my cold, Judd looks at me like, you having a reaction? Nope, not right now. See how it's worrying though. So anyways, Judd and I are actually, he's inside sleeping, taking a nap, trying to rest up from his long day at the law enforcement academy, and tonight we are actually meeting my dad and my brother for dinner, which is exciting, but I'm just going to go ahead and end the vlog here because we're going to be back kind of late since we're meeting them halfway to Orlando, which is about an hour from Tampa Bay. Halfway is about an hour. So I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've learned something about invisible illness and chronic illness and disabilities. Feel free to ask me any questions you may have. I'm trying to answer them as soon as I can to the best of my abilities. And I hope y'all have an amazing evening. Thank you so much for joining me today.